Welcome on in, everybody, to the Aegis Rolldown podcast. I am the Real Honeybear, here with Lorence, my good friend. I hope everything sounds good. I hope everything is here. We're having some technical difficulties to get us going, but we're here. We're finally here now. So welcome on in,
I think
Lorence.
we're good.
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. I am worked to the bone over here, but I am feeling amazing because we finally just finished off this weekend, and it was many weeks in the making, and it turned out great. Like, there's obviously maybe a mishap here or there, but I don't know. Stuff happens, kind of like how we've got the AML ACL that we're currently on, and we're not going to be able to change it for the rest of the broadcast. So, I mean, we're going to be talking like 80% of the time we're going to be talking about AML ACL anyway. So, oops. But we'll take that. We'll take that. How's your week been?
It's a good week. I'm pretty tired. I don't sleep much anymore. And I know my audio is messed up. If my audio is super messed up, let me know. It's going to distract me the whole time. But anyways, yeah, things are good. Feeling pretty good. Slightly awake. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a pretty decent week overall. I played a ridiculous amount of Pokemon this week. I don't know if anybody else is playing Pokemon, but yes, Pokemon constantly. Love every second of it. I have Scarlet. If you have Violet and you need some trades, let me know.
Why would one? What do you think of the new game? Like, if you had to compare it to just like the other games, like what's making this one make you play it? Is it still just, oh, it's Pokemon, so I'm going to play it, or is it I'm playing a great game?
I think I'm playing a great game. There's so many bugs. It's such a buggy game. It's unbelievably buggy. So. Like, if nobody's played it and just read the reviews and you're like, oh, is it buggy? Is it actually as buggy as people say? Yeah, it's pretty buggy.
So it's like all 8 gyms are Bugsy?
Yes, all 8 gyms are Bugsy gyms. Yeah, it's a blast. I absolutely love playing it. So the open world concept I think is really cool. I personally thought it was awesome to be able to go to whatever the heck gym I wanted to. I wasn't tied down to be like, I have to go in this path. It did lead to me entering a gym that I should not have been at, and that was pretty fun. But yeah, I shouldn't have been there. I got destroyed, and I'm like, all right, let's either level up or go find another gym. But I think that's fun. I enjoyed that. I'm shiny hunting now, doing a ton of that. It's my first time like ever shiny hunting, so yeah, pretty big fan of the game as a whole. It's actually my generation wise, I would say it's my second favorite gen Pokemon game.
What was your first?
It'd be Red. So back when I played Pokemon Red and Blue all day and night. I still have my original Red and Blue.
I don't know. I actually had really liked Gold and Silver. That was like, I had first been given Red and Blue version like way back in the day, and I enjoyed it. But then I finally got into the games a little more when I was given Gold and Silver, and it blew me away because you'll hear this time and time again from other people probably, but like, it's double the game. You got both the original region and you got the new region, which was pretty solid in and of itself.
Yep.
So like, I was like, what more could I possibly want? And then I got you get to face Red as well. Spoiler alert at the end of it. That was just like, I don't know. There's nothing more I wanted out of a game, especially at that age. And then the next gen went almost down from that. So I felt like everything's downhill from here, sort of thing. So that I think that makes it a little bit biased, looking back upon it. But it kind of sticks. Like, that's just why it's my favorite.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I fully agree. I loved that game. I mean, you're young though, so of course yours
I'm
would
young?
be. Yeah, you're young. What do you mean?
I'm almost 29.
That's right. You're young. You're spring chicken, man. That's right. You're doing the second gen games. So, and then if somebody was like 27, 26, you'd be like, they're third gen. Like, that's their game, right?
I mean, that is. I guess because it's always going to be a little bit like changed by when you kind of got introduced to it. Like that was just like the thing that blew you away. Then everything else is kind of gravy after that, or like that's what I keep wanting is more of this. So it's never quite that like immediate upwards gone like trajectory that you'll experience from that first Pokemon game, right?
Correct.
And I feel like I still got that from that second game is how it feels to me. But I mean, you didn't experience that. You didn't feel that way.
Yeah, I didn't feel that way about what again?
So like your favorite was Red. You didn't feel like you were just getting that kind of like exponential like boost upwards when you got Silver and Gold. Like you didn't feel like, oh wow, I don't know. That's how it felt for me.
Yes, but like only because it was a brand new game. I don't think it was stemmed from like, oh, I get this and this. I think it was just, oh, it's a brand new game and look at all these cool new Pokemon and like, oh, I really like this. Like that, I think that was more of my excitement from it. So rather than it's a brand new game. So, but I did get a lot of excitement. I loved Gen 3. I thought Gen 3 was
really good too.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, like I had mentioned it was like it's like a down tilt for me because it doesn't have the 2 region thing, which is, I don't know, still mind-blowing to me. Like I really loved that concept and I was expecting that to be the standard, and spoiler alert, it was not. So that will also in and of itself taint Gen 3 for me. But Gen 3 was probably, I think if we're comparing just like the games I enjoy, it's just as good as Red to me, like the Red versions. It's just that Red, I want to put Red lower because it's like, technically it's like a worse game because it doesn't have as much stuff. It's the old game. So it doesn't have the upgrades, but I still like the game itself. If you're just looking at a flat game, like it's still a great game.
Yeah.
I'll put them about the same if I'm trying to do like a fair shake at it.
That's fair. And the rest of the game sucked after that.
Mm-hmm.
Who played those?
Imagine. Yeah, I didn't pay attention past 3, so
I actually didn't either. I jumped off. I got back into
Sword and Shield. 4 more games out. Yeesh.
Yeah, so. Sword and Shield was all right. All right.
Could have been worse.
But anyways,
anywho,
if you guys are new to this podcast, welcome on in. We talk about anything and everything, and then we talk about TFT and TFT related news, meta, etc. If you guys have any questions for us, Pokemon related, TFT related,
anything related,
beard and mustache related, child related, let us know. We are here. We'll answer all questions at the end of the podcast. So hit us up with it if you have any. Drop them in chat. Drop them in Discord. We'll be watching that. Call me. Give me a call on my cell phone, and I'll answer it live. If you call me on my cell phone, I will answer it. It's right here. I'm here for you guys.
Here, I'll drop his number in chat. Give him a call.
Please do. Give me a call, and we'll answer it right on stream. Yep, there it is. Please call that number and see what happens. Wouldn't that be funny? Anywho, yeah, but besides that, do we have a sponsor today?
My dog's teeth that just bit into my thumb. That's probably one of them.
Pretty good sponsor.
That's pretty good.
Dog teeth is a sponsor today. If you want to brighten up your dog's teeth, brush them.
I've got the Fresh Kisses. Oh, it's mirrored, but it's got the brush teethy.
Brush teethy's not a sponsor. But dog teethy's definitely a sponsor today.
Exactly. It was backwards, I think. It was reversed, so nobody was able to actually tell.
True. Yep. Absolutely. But anyways, TFT meta news. Big tournament was going on, slightly smaller than our stuff. But still decent. We have the Defender Cup. Did you watch any of that yesterday?
I was able to get in on it a little bit. We had one of the most, I almost don't want to say it, just because it feels that bad, and I've been there before, but what's the point of competing if we're not going to talk about everything that happens? And Keen's, if he had gotten a 6th or a 5th, if he was a 5th, he was guaranteed basically. If 6th, he was not. And he got an 8th in his last game and didn't make it by 2 points. So that was
It was a tough lobby too. It wasn't the easiest lobby, so he did have an uphill battle. Somebody has to get 8th.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. He was so close to pulling it out. He'd hit like a lot of units. Like I was watching his roll downs, and it was like, man, if he doesn't hit on this last little roll, he's not going to 2-star his Zach. He's not going to 2-star his Viego. And he hit on the last roll down for each of his turns, and it felt like he was going to pull it out, but it just wasn't quite enough, and he had bled out from not hitting on previous roll downs. So,
yep,
tough lobbies. It's no kidding, man.
I mean, speaking of 8th, Cramsey found himself getting some 8ths yesterday as well in the Defender Cup, and then decided to for the last game, he's like, you know what? I'm not playing for day 2. So he grabbed some peanut butter whiskey and was going for it, and yeah, got first in his last game. He dominated. So
he's like, whatever.
So I DM'd him today because I saw him drinking some water. I'm like, hey man, you turn that into peanut butter whiskey and it's a first.
He's probably gonna go to first.
Just saying, could have been an insta first if he switched over to the peanut butter whiskey. So, wasn't the case. He got 2nd in his last game. He was
Honeybear
drinking water.
Is a liar.
So. Yeah, I mean, if he would have switched, it's an extra point for him, but oh well.
Shakes my head.
Yeah, but he was in the exact same boat. Hit 25 points, same as Keynes, and just missed out by 2. So, that's what feels bad.
Yeah, we had, I think it was 3 people from ACL that were tied at 25 points. So, I mean,
wait, really? Who else was at 25?
It was those
Within
2. Sorry, who?
Within.
Yeah, I think it was Within. Yeah, Within, Cramsey and Keynes were all at 25 points, which is big sad. And I guess we'll also shout out real quick. Trade is competing right now, if I'm not mistaken, in day 2. So.
Yes, he
pop
is.
over. I know I would love to have people stay on our stream, but like pop over there and give them a view. You know, like keep it off to the side so you can keep watching us. But watch your boy. Trade's over there competing in the riot level tourney. So
yep. I believe I don't have this updated. I'm looking at possibly old stuff. I believe he's at 40th. Top 32 move on.
Yeah,
he's got a chance.
Doable.
He's 1 point off from moving on. So. Looking pretty fresh there. Looks like there are 2 games left from what I can see. Obviously, I haven't been watching it, but that'd be pretty hype. That'd be pretty hype if he could actually move through. Did have a sub today for ACL, so we'll have to talk about his sub when we get there. Just bring it up, but yeah, pretty awesome getting to watch him, and I hope we actually get to see him on the main stage with Lorence TOing it.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah, I'll be speaking of that. I'll be there next week for day 3. I won't be directly adminning much of the scores, but I'll be working with the broadcast, so that'll be fun. And I'll be there watching behind the scenes, looking at everyone report their lobbies, etc.
Yes. Go ahead.
I gotta also add, CLE is telling me there in chat, how do you feel about your Vikings? I have it on my 3rd monitor right now, so I'm I'll be a little bit distracted right now because right now it's in the 4th quarter and they're both tied at 24. Spoiler alert. And I'm a diehard Vikings fan, so yes. I'm going to be distracted. So, but I'm still going to be paying attention here and talking, of course. But it's just this. I can't wait. You know, it's been waiting all year, and
yep,
I'm distracted. Sorry.
That's fine. Well, I'll dive into another little tournament that went on over in EU. The Monster Party, is that what they called it?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe they decided on. We'll have to. I don't know if they're in chat or not, but I believe they decided on the Monster King.
Monster Party King, I think.
Monster Party King is the title of the winner.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but our very own Scipius took first place over there, and that was pretty cool. Pretty cool to watch them dominate and just be in peak form this set, at least for that event, and then a couple games in ACL, and then it seems like they got a little tired.
Lobby. Yeah, we don't talk about the second lobby.
They got a little tired. But if you look at just the first lobby, they won. And they won, and they won, and they won. So, pretty dang good player. But again, yeah, really cool. I didn't watch all of that, and I'm not fully understanding the format that they went with. Did you watch it, Lawrence? And do you know like how they did all their stuff?
Right. So you're saying that you didn't even know like anything about how they did pointing. There's a very special pointing thing they did in that tournament.
It was 4 for first and -4 for eighth. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Scaling down.
Yep. Scaling up on itself
with no zero.
They had. So they basically was a 9-point spread with no zero. And the reason that they set it up like that was to have multiplication. So it was you could choose at 2-1 to multiply your game's points by 4 if you chose to do so. And you could also do a ×2 at, I believe it was 4-2, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least later in the game you could pick. And that's pretty interesting because you could kind of like gauge. I almost feel like I would want to do it like maybe like at first carousel or something, because 2-1's like pretty early. But like I like really the general concept of like, I feel confident about this game, I'm gonna smash some kids. Even if you like feel like you're gonna really dominate, you can sometimes find yourself in a bot 4, you know. So you never know. Even in these lobbies, it's crazy. So I really like the idea, and I'm probably gonna add that to the beta tester section as something to try out. So yoink, that's ours now. It's now ours.
Take it.
We owned it. But speaking of yoinking things, he kind of yoinked the spotlight, Scipius did, and brought it over to us for half a second. He shouted us out on broadcast, and that was cool. You know, just I didn't see how many people were actually watching at the point in time, but like I would imagine over 1,000 people. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know, but that's my guess. And that got us shouted out to that. So I think that's always so cool to me. I love getting to see how much we're affecting people all over the world, that somebody over in won a EU tournament shouted us out for getting to come and compete with us. That was cool. So
that was super cool. Yeah. Also, shouted out a few other things. Team Ambition, which we saw a lot today, was pretty sweet. Hanging out. I see the puppers in the corner as our sponsor. It's a pupper's butt, but it's a puppers. There goes.
Yeah, not biting right now, are you?
Another cool thing that happened during that event was we had my favorite and least favorite casters over there with Counterfeit coming on in. And then I don't need to throw shade on my least favorite caster. They're probably a great person.
Somebody's got to be the least favorite caster. It's like TFT.
They're probably a great person.
Like TFT, somebody has to go 8th.
Somebody has to go 8th. Somebody has to go 8th. And, like I always say, I even told Grape this, that, like, somebody has to carry. And when you're at the bottom, you are carrying everyone. They're all on your shoulders. You're holding them high, and somebody's got to be the carry. And that's the 8th place point. She looks like she's going to attack you at any moment. Like, she is ready to just
pounce. All right, we're covering you.
She is so ready. She's just staring at you like, you say one wrong thing. You say one thing, Lawrence, and I'm coming for you.
You would never.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, Sealy knows who my least favorite is, and that's all that matters. But anyways, yeah, it was cool watching Counterfeit over there, and then to have him pop over here as well, and take on 2 games over here is always fun to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's like, of course he's a caster. He's not below anything, so of course, or at least like the way I'm trying to say it is like I think that he would like come and cast wherever he could. But it was really cool seeing him be able to be on the world's broadcast and then come over here and I would hopped into a call and talk to him about his cast today for something I'm running. Like that. Wow, like what the heck? That just like almost surreal, you know. But of course he's a person too, and was just in there and we were chatting about stuff, and that's always something I try to remember is like everyone that you think is like super cool and like really high up, like more even or something. When I was at like the recent LAN, and like just being able to talk to these people it's actually pretty normal, like if at least if you are not like too flustered, right? You're not like like just freaking out whenever you meet them. I think it's really cool to just be able to meet people like that and hang out with them. So props to him for being able to come in and cast for us today. And he did really well. So
he did very well. He did very well. Yeah, I crushed it. But anyways, is there, I don't know if we have much more meta news coming out. I mean, I guess we can talk about like, how's your climb been going? I don't know if you've been climbing a lot these last couple of weeks or this week.
So I got a little bit back into it. So the new League of Legends, what is
Rank
it?
Season?
Rank season, right? Can't think straight today.
Right.
The ranked season started new. My brain's fried from playing League of Legends. That's what it is. And the League of Legends new season started, and I got a little into that. So I've been playing that more than TFT. I've been feeling a little bit off when I'm playing TFT right now. I'm trying to let this patch sort itself out. And since like Thursday on until now, I've been kind of just making things work here, like working on a bunch of stuff. Busy week. I'm sure it'll be a little bit less so next week when we've kind of going back into the swing of things. But for this week, I did not have as much time to kind of grind out that TFT ranked gameplay.
Yeah, I feel you. I am struggling to get some games in. I
sure?
watch a lot of
Why would that
TFT.
be?
Yeah,
why would you struggle to play, huh?
I've been watching a lot of TFT. I've been trying to get in, summer camp, watch some of those guys' gameplay, just so I'm not, when I get back into it, I'm not that bad. I'm plat 1, and so it'd be nice to just squeak into that diamond 4 so I can kind of not have to worry. So every rank game, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna
please
I'm
rank
gonna get
up.
Destroyed. Like, shoot.
Please just.
I don't know
up.
anything. I haven't read a patch note since patch 1. So yeah, so my rank grind's been slow. But I've been thinking about diving into hyper roll. I'm like, that'd be a good way to get myself back into it, because I can not focus and still top 4 in hyper roll, or have no idea what I'm doing and still top 4 in hyper roll,
or close your eyes and top 4 in hyper roll.
Pretty much, I'm gray tier, so, or whatever the lowest is. So, like, I'm not super worried about climbing over there.
Speaking of climbing, the Giants just pulled up on top.
Speaking of the Giants, we had a Giant tournament this week. Our weekly was popping off a little bit this week. Was it this week it was popping off?
I mean, is it not popping off every single week?
I mean, this was like a special.
I mean, but this was especially popping off. We're starting to get to the point where we're like, maybe we need to split these dang things up, like have like a 2 per day sort of thing, or figure something out, because it's coming back to how it was at the beginning of set 6 when people were really excited about the game again, and we were stuck with a decent amount of people on the wait list. We had 232 registered players for a 128 player bracket.
Yep.
We're like, it filled up in I think 17 minutes. So that's I mean, great for us, because it's like meaning people are excited about the game again, but there's also those people that got on the wait list, and we gotta maybe help out and have some sort of Aegis after party 64 player bracket for the people who missed out.
Yeah, because I mean, overall we want everybody to play, but it's so hard going from 128 to 256.
It's already a
massive jump.
Yeah, doing that every week, like we do that for the qualifiers, but that's for a big tournament. We're kind of wanting that to be the feeling of it's not. It's supposed to be a grind. Maybe there could be some changes somehow to make it less of a slog, but it's kind of supposed to be a moment where you're like, I am really playing a lot of TFT right now. I'm showing that I'm the best. That's the point of that. But for our weekly, not so much. Not so much. That's kind of just meant to be something you can make one every other week, come and hang out and play. It being 6 already it's a bit much. So,
did they add in I am just seeing this for the first time. I've been out of it for a little bit.
Oh, the tierings?
They added in tierings?
Yeah, they added tiers.
Let's freaking go!
Yeah, now we can
not
actually
see
split
this.
it by. Now we can actually split it by tiers, and we can probably get.
How long ago was this?
It was like. Do you remember? Were you watching the chat? I think Tarzan was like, "I'm getting all these freaking notifications from Challenger mode." Or something like that. Somebody had said that about getting tiers, and that was then. It was, I think, on Monday or something this week.
No clue.
Yeah. Anyways. It was this week. So
let's go. We've been waiting for this for a while now because matchmaking stunk. It was completely random.
Oh no, we
so
got
you would
5
get
Challenger
like
players in the same lobby, and then there was like 5, like the rest. Like there's another lobby that's all diamond and below. No offense to diamond players, but it's like unfair. You know that it's like that uneven. Like it should be split. Like there should be a split between all these.
Yes.
And it made for some hype runs, I'll tell you that at least. But it still should just be split out. So like there can be like 1 to 2 challenger players or just good players in tournaments, because that's what ranks it up really is how well you do in the tournament, right? So
correct. Yeah, that's super hype. You know, and funny enough, a tier 1 won it, which should be the lowest tier. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
It should be the lowest tier.
Technically, some of these are not sorted out yet, but best believe they're not going to be tier 1 for very long.
No, they're probably tier 5 already.
But they're probably already. Yeah.
Yeah, 128 person bracket. They probably jumped them up a little bit, especially because they beat tier 4 and tier 5s to get there. So that's actually pretty cool. I am hard stuck on these ranks now. I'm like scrolling through to see what everybody got. I'm like, ooh, what'd you get?
No offense to diamond players yet. What rank are you, Lorence? Such. Well, I'm almost hyper tier and hyper roll.
Got him.
I'll say.
Got him.
Just kidding. Diamond is awesome. I'm diamond 2. Diamond as well, I should say. Not diamond 2. I'm diamond 4.
Listen, it doesn't matter though. We want to know what rank you are on challenger mode. That's the only thing that matters.
I am. Can you take a guess as to which one I am?
Wait, did you actually get a rank?
Yeah, I have a rank right now.
Wait, do I have a rank?
If you played in the PSLTs before?
Yeah.
You should have one.
And how do I check my rank?
I'm gonna find again how I can check it.
The notifications.
Oh yeah, yes! No. So or notifications, or you go to your profile and you scroll down to Teamfight Tactics, and it'll give you a tier under your game accounts.
Come on,
I am a tier.
Yes, okay.
I'm tier 2.
I'm also tier 2.
Let's go! High five!
Go!
Like we're sick.
Let's go! All right, new challenge in the Discord. Can you be a higher rank than Honeybear and Lorence?
Tier 3.
Man, now I gotta start playing in these tournaments, these Monday tournaments.
Yeah, that actually motivates me a decent amount. Like I want to hit tier 3.
I'm like, can I make it to tier 3? Like, come on. So wait, no, I know for a fact Boises has played in them. So Boises, what rank are you?
Yeah, Boises. He played
Boises,
in
crack open your challenger mode and let us know. Let the world know what tier you are. And if you're tier 1, you're fired.
You're done. You're done,
kid. Yeah. That's very funny. Nah, I'm just to see what everybody's tier is. Woo! This took a turn that I was not expecting.
I'm tier not saying on broadcast.
That's funny.
This guy, huh? This guy's trying to get fired. He's trying to beat his record from last year.
He really is. He doesn't want everybody to know either what a scrub he is or what a Giga Chat he is, but he's probably one or the other. Oh my goodness. All right. Weeklies. Do you have it open still? You want to shout out the winners, the top 4s?
Yeah, I can.
Honorable mentions.
Little dog.
Anybody who did well.
Yeah, tier 1 tilt over enforcer. Let's go. And then the rest of the top 4 was tier 5 or tier 6. Owen made 4th place. I don't know if they're in chat or not, but shout out to you, boy. Always see you around. Always see you in a lot of our tournaments. I don't think I've spoken directly with you much, but
Lawrence, quick question, slight tangent. Are you getting Discord notifications?
Oh yes, I can shut that off. I'm getting messages from a special someone we might be able to get on broadcast.
So is that our special guest that we're gonna bring on?
Probably.
Wait, do we have another special guest? Is it the same one? Is it a different guy?
Same one.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. All right, hype. Yeah, big pog to everyone who played. I am excited to get back into these. I actually really miss. So like some of my highlights for Aegis are just sitting in the call for like, especially when it was 256, we'd sit in the call for like 7 hours and just watch the tournament. And then after round 1-2, nobody has any questions. Never. There's never any questions. So it's 5 hours. It's 2 hours of work and then 5 hours of just watching the tournament play out. And can't wait to get back to that.
It's hilarious. On AML and ACL days, I have a lot of notifications because I have every notification on in the Discord, and I'm probably gonna have to change that now that AML and ACL are going. But like, I feel obligated to, like, if something happens, I need to look at it. But then when I'm doing stuff like this, or I'm like doing predictions or something like that while the broadcast is running, I should probably shut them off because I'm getting them exploding throughout the entire time.
It's just ping, bing, ping, bing, bing,
yeah,
bing, 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 bing,
and I'm sitting there like, I can't concentrate.
You got Discord messages. You got your football games going on. That sports ball that's happening on the other side. Man. Everything is happening. Give us the update. How are the Vikings doing?
They are 3rd and 12 right now. It's not looking so hot.
Did you see how there's that big scandal going around? How the Lions got cheated at going to the playoffs?
Ooh, did they?
That's the big scandal now because the Seahawks won the game off of 3 unbelievably bad calls by the refs.
Oh,
deep into the fourth quarter.
Well, who would have thought?
Who'd have thought? I mean, it's the Lions.
Yeah, screw the Lions. I mean, like in a nice way, right? Like I don't dislike the Lions. I'm just saying, like, that's the sentiment, right?
I mean, at this point, does anybody dislike the Lions? Like, you can nothing the Lions, and I think most people nothing the Lions.
I mean, maybe I'm a little different because like I've kind of enjoyed them for a while, but like I'm a division rival. True. I like the Lions.
When have we ever beat you?
I mean, like, consistently, pretty much never.
Never. So you basically, you can fall into the category of nothing us. We're not a threat to you. We're not a threat to you. We're a threat to Green Bay this year. That sucks to be them. But other than that, we're not a threat. But anyways, weeklies. Anybody else you want to shout out? Guys, make sure you pop into the weeklies every single week. And if you're not playing them, come hang out with us. Come watch the streams, watch the weeklies themselves, and just kind of enjoy the competitive TFT nature. Especially a lot of people who stream it always enjoy the support. So pretty fun events to just hang out and watch with if you're available on a random Thursday night. So, but the one that everybody's looking for, ACL, AML, AAL.
It's what everyone here
happening this week. What?
It's what everyone is here for, and we might have. And so I got it confirmed. We do have our special guest coming. They just need to hop into a voice comm of somebody that actually competed today. So we'll see how their review was of the tournament.
Spoiler alert! We already spoiled it. It's Mocha. Is it Mocha?
It's Mocha. Yeah, it's Mocha.
So if it's not Mocha, I guess I'm lying.
Yeah, it was really funny. So like I have these lobbies sorted by seating, and so I don't see where these people. I for sure would never sort these lobbies out and mess with them myself. They're completely done by seating. So unless I premeditated this ages ago and knew what LP they were going to be at, I did not have this happen purposefully. We had the 3 of the coaches or main founders of Water Park Tactics. I had Mocha, Seth Kaiba, and Keens all in the same lobby for the first lobby of set 8 ACL. So that was pretty funny. This is like 3 boys all together, because usually it's only like 1 or 2 of them sometimes, and somehow they always ended up in not the same lobby, and they ended up with 3 of them right away. So I thought that was hilarious.
Um, thank goodness I have that power, and I actually just rigged it, hacked the system. I rigged everything, especially some of these AAL or ACL lobbies where we have like Skip, Hi Hat, Cramsy, like everybody who is like, what is Pi Hat, like top 10 in his region?
Yeah, give or take. He's been basically number one before, so we'll count that as we will.
Cramsy, top 100, made it to the Defender Cup. Like at that time, Pi Hat popping off. Scipius just won the first quote unquote major, if you will.
Yeah.
Quote unquote of the set, right? Just won it. He won it against good players.
Yep. We'll count it.
Hey, count it. Who else was in there?
I think I had somebody else in there called Mocha. Oh wait, here he is.
Oh hey, what's up?
Hey.
Oh, it's Mocha.
How's it going, Mocha?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah. Glad to be on here, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, of course. I've been chomping at the bit to get you in here for a bit.
You're 40 minutes late.
That's my bad.
Are we 40 minutes in already? Have we been rambling that long?
No, we're 35 minutes in, but
okay.
We had like a 5-minute intermission, so I'm counting as 40. I'm rounding up.
Okay.
You're lucky I didn't round up to the nearest hour. Like you're an hour late.
Yeah, but now that we're on ACL, let's see.
Wait till ACL.
How did you? Yeah, let's go right to ACL. Who cares about AML and AAL? How did it feel today coming back and being back in the swing of things?
I mean, I went like 8, so it wasn't like the greatest, but I realized that everyone was just high rolling, so it made me feel a lot better. So
that's true. People are just too good.
I didn't get to see any of your games, so I actually thought you went all 8s. So I'm like, I have to look at that.
Wait a second, let's double check.
Okay, you didn't do that. Like you scared me for a second. I'm like, holy cow, this guy actually found out. No, you did just fine.
Yeah, I mean, the last lobby was a super high roll, and I did play pretty bad. Like, I just got out of a review with the other members of Water Park, and they did shit on my gameplay a bit. But like, I think the main thing was like everyone was just high rolling. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but like there are some people who should have been like out of the game, like 20 minutes of the game. Yeah, but they just high rolled.
I'll throw somebody out. I'll throw somebody out that high rolled.
Was
Ramen Blitz.
Ramen Blitz, yeah.
Ramen Blitz. This guy just high rolled out of his mind. It felt like for a few
saving all
games.
the high rolls until now.
Holy cow! This man could do no wrong. I'm like, how did you get out of this? You were dead. You were dead to rights. Like, how did you make it out of that alive?
But one thing I gotta ask, and I'll give you a moment here to like plug your own self and your Discord. So is that what you guys offer over in Water Park? Just the Discord is you sit down, you look at it, and go, man, all these guys high rolled, and then you call it a wrap, and you wash your hands, and you're good.
Yeah, primarily for those who don't know, Water Park is like a server for like it's a very small niche server for like TFT improvement at all like levels. So it's like if you're trying to get the good game, get the game. I know a lot of like game communities like that are competitive can like gatekeep like lesser skilled people, like newer players. So we want to like we're trying the opposite of that. We're trying to like offer help no matter what. Because like a lot of like places don't have like the high level people don't really want to spend time like helping the newer players out, right? So like we're not as active these days because we're all busy like trying to climb, go for Defenders Cup, whatnot. But like we if you guys want to join, we're usually like down to help anyone who's trying to get better.
Yeah, and I think that's always something that's really nice. I mean, maybe I'm biased because I just kind of like found people that like to help others, just like I tend to try to do myself as well. Like I try to help where I can, and like it like so we had found you out, and like it feels like the TFT community is really good with that same kind of sentiment of like we're here to like try to help out sometimes when it like comes to new players, where you get some games that are like maybe like League of Legends. So maybe there are people that are helpful, but like it's really hard to get into that game, hard to find people to help you out. So you're not going to start new, but then in TFT you have like all these new players come in and they have players like yourself or like Keens that will be able to help out when they're trying to like learn this new game. And that's why I think spaces like your own are really good to let know that is out there, or let people know that it's out there. Yeah, I think that's really good.
And we're pretty blessed in our game to like have a game to where it's easy to get into, right? It's not, once you start learning a lot of the basics, you can climb pretty quick, right? Maybe not to like a master's or anything like that. You gotta put hard work in for that. But if you want to hit gold, pretty easy to actually apply yourself and hit gold. If you want to hit plat, same thing. It's a little bit more tough, but kind of easy once you start getting the basics. And so I love that we as an esport, and we just as a community as a whole, especially you guys, have an opportunity to just grab people who are brand new and just be like, hey, give me a week, give me a few weeks, come hang out with us, and you're gonna be doing just fine. Whereas like League of Legends is a little bit harder for that. It's like, all right, we'll give you 500 games and you'll be at silver tier. It's like,
At least.
hey, yeah, it's like, that sucks. Like 500 games at TFT, you could be pushing masters. You're in your first 500 games total, you could be pushing masters. Like, it's kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's like, I think one person you can maybe point out too is Reyna had basically joined the server and shot up to master in her first time playing.
Yep.
Like I'm still struggling, and I've been playing this game since set 1. So like, I don't know, like if you really commit yourself and hang around people like that, like you can really make headway in that. So and then you come over here and you also then go and perform in these tournaments. Does it feel like when you prep people like that, that you actually yourself also end up improving? Maybe because you're like reviewing the game yourself, even if it's things you quote unquote know because you're teaching them, but it helps you maybe create that really strong baseline. Does it feel like that?
Sorry, you said a lot, but I'm not sure that.
Yeah, I like ramble a lot when I ask the question. I can repeat it. So like,
there's a question right there.
Well, here's this 50-word long question. But so like to like summarize it, when you're like, because you coach decently often, does it feel like you yourself are improving? Because you're kind of reiterating these fundamentals so often that you've now got that ingrained in yourself? Oh
yeah, for sure. I think first of all, it's a great way to cement what you already know. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, because everyone has a fresh take on the game, they see things differently. So they'll ask questions like, "Oh, so why isn't it this there?" Right? And then you have to provide an answer for them, right? So you just learn like why it really isn't there, right? Like why isn't like Viego supposed to be like? Why do I not pick up Viego on this rolldown, right? And it's just like, oh wait, like it's like, but and then they say like, what if you could do this? And you're like, oh, I could see like the benefit of that, but like you're still incorrect. But like you still learn stuff, So.
Are you willing to drop the Discord link into featured content for people who want to join?
Yeah, sure. I think I dropped the link on the YouTube stream already, but let me drop it.
Yeah, if you want to drop it in featured content, I think that's the best spot for it. Yeah, it'll be in there in the Discord. If anybody does want to join, to learn, to hang out, get more involved in the community, always a great spot to be.
Yeah, sure. Well, we're more than happy to welcome you guys. But yeah. So. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say like we had big plans for set 8, but then like we all got caught up on trying to climb ourselves. But we're trying to be a bit more like take a leaf from Aegis's book and do more weekly stuff. Like on Fridays, like host some tournaments, do some events. Some like VOD reviews, like public. So if like someone wants to submit a VOD, anyone, then we can just go over together. So, mm-hmm. But I think after Corrupted Cup, we'll start doing that. Seeing how like the rest of the set pans out. But,
yeah, I think that's kind of funny that you mentioned that you guys got sidetracked trying to grind as much. I think that's one thing that I never really thought about, for just relating it to myself as to why I can like help out a lot with these tournaments, or why maybe a couple people here are able to do that, and why we're potentially lower rank. It's maybe something Mort had, not that I'm saying I'm challenger, but why Mort says he doesn't try to grind to challenger every single set. It's because like you've got like other priorities of like, I'm trying to make sure that these tournaments are run correctly, or I'm trying to like maybe like Mort's trying to run the game correctly. you guys are trying to run your Discord correctly, and so maybe don't grind quite as much. But then when you actually are trying to grind, you end up like letting a little bit of that go to the wayside in terms of maybe we want to run something weekly, and you're like, well, can't do that when I'm trying to grind out for Defender Cup, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to the other day to the other coaches, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know how Lorence does it, like run a server and like play the game. It's just like
I don't almost.
Yeah, that's the secret. You don't.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
I'm looking for an events organizer, like a Honeybear, to run stuff like the server while while I climb. But
here's the secret, the behind the scenes secret. I don't do anything. I do nothing. I don't even work here. I just show up every once in a while. I pop my head in. I make the coffee. I'm here.
Right.
Feels good, man.
Secret
good.
is that he doesn't, and your secret is that you don't either.
Yeah, I just try to take all the glory as much as I can, and then I bribe the casters to talk bad about Lorence and his predictions.
I mean, I'm the worst on predictions right now, so the community is kind of knocking it out of the park. So,
not the community. The casters are crushing it.
Casters are doing way better. I'm just saying
Forget
that
the community.
The community is double what I have. I think
the community is garbage compared to the casters. No offense to the community. Big offense to the community.
Are you gonna start randomly identifying as a caster because you casted here once or twice, and you're gonna vote in there?
Yes, I am in that boat. Yes. Well, there is no producer section, so what am I supposed to do? I don't fall into a category unless I choose to fall into that category.
What I was saying. I told everybody whatever they fall in, because there's I think CLE and Pro Trade technically fall into all of the 3 categories, where they're a commentator, they're an admin, and they're a community member. So they can vote in all of them. But that's kind of the point of it. It's supposed to be a conglomerate kind of, where if you are part of the community, you can vote in it. If you are part of the casters, you can vote in it. So it doesn't really matter if you vote in all 3, in my opinion, because you're part of that whole as well. Is my copium thought process, I guess.
I feel that. Wait, Mocha, did you vote? Did you vote?
For Canada? Sorry, what are we talking about?
Yeah, for predictions. Did you vote for predictions?
Not for the Canadian presidency or whatever they got.
Prime Minister, actually, yeah.
The Prime Minister? Did you vote for the Prime Minister?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, that question caught me off guard. I thought you were asking about my political affiliation all of a sudden, but no,
nice little segue into awards. We're awarding
you for the worst there.
But yeah, no, I didn't know there was a predictions. I don't really I'm not really focused on
You're
not focused, but I don't really keep up with stuff like that. Unfortunately,
you don't do anything to play the game.
Yeah,
here, we'll switch to the prediction scene. Here's our prediction.
What do you mean doing all right? They're crushing it. They even predicted one of them correctly. Yeah, don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Don't look at that. All right, back to us.
Oh,
don't look at that.
They're saying the audio is gone.
The audio? Oh, the audio is probably gone there. Yeah, I forgot I don't have my mic set up for it. Only Lawrence's mic was set up for that.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
it's a good thing we're not staying there for very long anyway, so it's okay.
You win some, you lose some.
When you're around, we lose most of them, but
yeah, pretty
still
much.
True fact. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, so
we talk about AAL real fast.
Yeah.
Can I dive into that?
Yeah, go ahead.
AAL, for anybody who doesn't know, is our below Masters League. If you see any of these people in the Discords, in the chats, wherever, give them a shout out. It's actually a really cool first set for us as the below Masters League. We have 48 participants, which is nuts. I personally didn't think we would have that many, and people are doing quite well in it. First place, we got Miles 03. He's at the top of the charts right now. That's a plat player. It's pretty cool to see.
Yep. Players in platinum. Think of to maybe derail or talk about what you're about to talk about. This entire league was as I've harped on for a couple weeks, is like the reason that it's like this is and like set up is of diamond and below is to like maybe give a position to put yourself out there as someone who is a lower rank that, you know, people like sometimes even scoff at, because I think like the way that the community has sometimes been is like if you don't go to this certain baseline, you may as well not be playing competitive TFT. But like relating back to like my time when I was playing in like the LoL leagues, it like I was gold and I was like bottom half of the ranked system, right? And nobody would take that seriously, but it was like an amazing time. So I was like, you know, let's get that out there. And now this guy who's plat is ahead of, like, there's like 5 or 6 master players in here, and this guy or whoever they are, this person is top of the leaderboards, like against all those players. So gave them a nice little platform like that, and it's cool to see them knock it out of the park. So if I assume you're not in the chat, but Miles 03, big shout out to you for coming in and knocking it out of the park in your first week.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of really good players in here. Players that maybe didn't even have enough time to, you know, put in the games to actually climb the ranks. So players might not fully belong in here. But even just looking through the top 8, there's actually quite a few plat players in there, which is pretty cool. I know we have some gold players who are also playing in these leagues. Honestly, I don't know everybody's name, so I couldn't call them out to see where they're at and to track them. But if you know them, you see people, let us know. I want to track this league. We're not streaming this league, but we do want to make sure it's brought to attention just as much as any of our other leagues, because it's something that's pretty cool as the, you know, a quote-unquote stepping stone, where if these players do want to get into competitive play, do well in this, work your way up, get into the AML. Start playing in the AML for a little bit. Like, go play with the big boys, if you will. And if you're that good, find your way to the ACL. But that leap is quite significant. But it's really cool to finally see that there is a path for everybody, no matter what your elo is. It doesn't matter. You could be a silver player. Come play in these. Try to perform well. Learn. Find yourself into water park tactics. Have some fun playing in a tournament format, and if you really want to, push your way to AML. Love to see it.
One thing I think I would like to add to kind of relate this to Mocha is being able to see these level of players that are maybe like a little lower ranked than your average competitive player, but they're clearly interested in either getting better or like strutting their stuff, getting into just getting into these formats in general. I think that's really somebody that you could benefit from for having like maybe a tournament over there or something that pulls like a handful of these people that like they get rewarded with some sort of coaching or like that. Like, I think that's something that you could potentially jump into. Have you ever like looked at this Aegis Ascension League, Mocha, and thought like these are the players that I would be looking at?
That's the one, like that's the midway one, right? The GM, like.
Oh no, this one, the Aegis Ascension League would be like the diamond and below.
Oh, okay. I think the higher ranked you are, the more coaching is effective. I think if you're like flat or like below, you're getting diminishing returns. Like, there's no point in like in coaching. So I definitely recommend coaching for like more of the high ranks, like basically AL, AML. I just don't know if we have the personnel to like offer coaching at the moment for some
Gotcha.
like for free for AL people. Sorry, but
That's fair.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think it's also good to keep in mind that like I want to see how these people end up doing anyway over this next like maybe I guess relating to my question is like the people that end up ranking out of this are almost the people that you would want for those scenarios of coaching, because if they're like platinum to diamond right now and then they rank up into master and go and play in AML, those people are probably pretty hungry and like looking to improve where they can. How often do you see people like that come in where like they just make those big jumps into master and then they come like almost searching you out? Has anyone really mentioned a story like that to you before?
I mean, I've been pretty like AFK on my Metafy coaching.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, I've been pretty like AFK on all of the coaching stuff. But we are actually looking. Like, I skip them occasionally, but if they're like super serious and they're like, and I don't feel like I have a good read on the meta, I usually like send them someone else's way, someone like I know is a good coach. Like either like if Kaiba's playing or something like that, if Keynes is free. But yeah.
Is Keynes any good?
Yeah, I've like never heard of this Keynes
At
guy.
what? At TFT?
Yeah.
I heard he plays, but I think he's like a fortune favor guy,
Yeah,
Really
I'm not convinced just yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to see a few more games. I need to see a few more games for him to do
Yeah.
well.
I think he's still playing his rank up games, so we'll see his placements.
Yeah, we'll see where he ends up.
I do want to mention. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you.
I was gonna like quick. We are looking for coaches for our servers, like new coaches. Like, I think a lot of our coaches are sort of like super focused. So if you guys want a platform to like coach on, then hit me up either in the chat or like I guess on Aegis or on the server. DM me as well.
Did you? This is probably a little bit of a random tangent, but did you see our what was it? The player card for Reyna by any chance?
Like the Valorant agent?
No. Reyna had like a player card that we made between. So what I put that she was, since I only had one thing for accomplishments, I went and put top 500 bang player. What do you think on that? Is she that good?
Okay. Oh, that's embarrassing. I thought you meant like I don't call her Reyna. I call her like Ray or like Kosame. So I was like, you said player card too. So I was like, the you said Bang, right? Because we played
Yep. Hit Masters in the first set of playing and top 500 in the game. Bang.
Yeah.
Wait, is Bang's the card game, right?
Yeah, the cowboy one. It's like Among Us, I think, with cards.
Yeah.
That reminds me. Yeah.
Is there a ranked for that? Like,
well, the board game arena is where we play it, and there is a ranking system. But I'm pretty sure that 500 is pretty much anybody who plays the game. So
that's really funny. I was saying because I own Bang, but
like the physical.
Yeah, the physical game.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's a great like. Back when I went to college, it was a great college game at the local watering hole.
Down at the water hole.
Down at the water hole. You'd play some Bang, and it'd be pretty fun. So yeah, I love that game.
So does Reyna.
I'm terrible at it, and I get worse as more water is consumed. So, or maybe I get better. I don't know.
Hydration will do to you.
That's right. That's what hydration does to you. That's hilarious. I actually didn't know that. Do you want to talk about any ACL AML results? Any shout outs you want to give?
Let's see if I can find some other things as well. So one thing I will shout out, and it's funny because I see them there in the chat. For AAL, Fiery Hedgehog always would come in and be, I just had the most low roll game in the world again. Like for the 20th time, man, you really are a low roller. Not like as a complaint, but just like something I remember whenever he'd come into the chats. And then you know what happened? He hit top 8, 26 points total in week 1 for AAL. So props to that.
Dominating. Had a very good week. Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Saying on AAL, CG Batman was also up there. Pretty hyped to watch them. They're one of my favorite streamers, so it was great watching them. Speaking of streamers, today though, we had some characters, and it was great. Probably top 2 streamers of it feels like all time on Aegis right now just occurred in today's games in Ramen Blitz and in Pie Hat. Those were some amazing.
So funny.
amazing cams that we got, and especially because we can't hear them, so we just see the reaction.
Yeah. So one thing
beautiful.
I think like imagine if we didn't have Pie Hat's cam.
Wouldn't have been as fun.
It would have been
freaking out.
We see him just freaking out on his cam. That was so good.
Because there's 7 people left at 5-4, under 20 HP. All
and he
7 under 20
so
HP.
It's like you take a loss, doesn't matter how many they have. They could have 0 units and you'd almost die.
Yes.
So
one unit and he was dead.
Yeah.
At 13 HP, 1 unit and you're dead. So just so much fun watching him. And then I never thought that I would laugh so hard at somebody taking AFK in round.
That was hilarious.
Took AFK, lounged back in his seat so far he fell off of it. Loved every second of it.
Yeah, no, I was almost hoping that you had stayed on him so we could see how long it would take for him to come back. But I actually after I thought about it, I was pretty happy that you had gone away because he might have come back like right away. And then it wouldn't have been as funny. So it was even funnier, like not knowing that he might have been gone for quite a while.
Who knows?
So
he was gone. I will tell you, he came back a little bit later. It wasn't like super long. Probably, I don't know, 15 seconds it felt like. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. And then, yeah, Ramen Blitz. I didn't predict this. I don't know if anybody would have. But topping the charts, 29 points. Absolutely crushing this week. Super proud of him. After having some rough solo queue games to come back and dominate like this in the lobbies that he had, which were so difficult. Really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's hilarious almost when I think of how many different times somebody has come into my voice comm that I'm in or whatever, or like has messaged me like, man, my games are going to absolute trash. Like I am feeling so bad. And then they just kill it. Or even the opposite, right? Like it happens sometimes too, where like I'm so excited for today, and then they go like 8th, 7th, 6th, 6th, or something like that. But it's really funny how like it might be almost a crapshoot, or it's just some people are better at like these kind of games, right? Where they come in and concentrate and like focus on this one game, and then that's one thing I think is pretty cool potentially is just like seeing how people hyper focus. Where like even when I'm watching these streams, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm starting to think about like what I'm going to do with each individual unit. And that happens when I'm playing in like the PSLT weeklies as well. So I can only imagine how it must feel for those people that feel that way in these TFT leagues. Like I'm going to think about every single thing. Does it feel like that yourself as well, Mocha, potentially, that you're in these TFT leagues and you not even compared to so like you play in the weeklies. Does it feel like the same amount of pressure as these 4 games in the week of an ACL broadcast?
Yeah, the weeklies and like PSLT, I don't really like care. I think it's just that if I invest time and I get like kicked out round 3, it's just really tilting. But I definitely put a lot more. It obviously depends on the set too, but like this ACL was, I think, the one I tried the most, like one that was ready for the most. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty disappointing results, but like I definitely put ACL above, like leagues way above like weeklies. I mean, if anything, like I'm paying like what, $55, so like trying to get some return, get the Uber Eats money. But, yeah.
We brought this up last week, I think, of the time that you needed to place like a certain amount, that you needed to place like 4th or something, so you could get your Uber Eats money back for the night.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite stories. I'm gonna be honest. So I freaking love that.
And I did it too.
Got $18, and that's all you needed.
I think it was like a couple cents off from like not being enough, but it was.
It was actually like exactly enough, and I got the tip too.
Yeah,
that's freaking hilarious. That's good stuff. I know we're running a little long here, so we'll talk about AML for just a second. It happened. Anything else?
I'm glad it happened.
It happened.
Yeah, super cool.
I feel sad that we're running out of time for it.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
It's actually my favorite league. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
It
Is
happened.
Pete playing that one?
Super awesome. Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Is Pete playing any of the leagues?
So Grape, he's teamed with Grape. I don't know if you had heard this specific thing, but he's teamed up with Grape TFT, and they are the Crazy Grape. So
Crazy Grape.
Dude, the Grape Dono walled me. I DM'd him and he just DM'd me. Like, he
Got him.
Ambition now. He's too busy.
Wait, didn't you Dono wall CLE just like 2 days ago?
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Where? Let me check my DMs.
I don't know. Do you have one from CLE?
I didn't Dono wall him. I'm reading it right now.
How long was it between the time he messaged you initially to your response?
Same day.
Give me hours.
Okay. Like 12, but like.
Okay, hey, is that the same day? Is it really?
I'm a busy guy.
CLE says 2 days.
Oh wait, 2 days. Okay. To be fair, he asked me. Okay.
Oh, exposed. Now you're gonna tell the truth, huh?
Okay, I didn't read the January 9th and 11th, but like he asked me if he wanted to help on something, but he didn't really explain like what I would be doing. So I was like, "Are you down with helping me with this?" I was like, "I don't even know what you're asking me." So I was gonna get back to him on that, but then, yeah, I mean, I eventually did after 2 days.
You know, nobody knows the real Honey Bear outside of Aegis, right? Like it's pretty obvious. Now nobody really knows me, and so it's funny if I reach out to bigger talent. I get Dono walled all the time, constantly. I just no one cares. I'm like, hey, it's real Honey Bear, from Aegis Esports, blah 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 blah, whatever it may be. I'll never get a response.
See, at least.
The life of me.
Yeah, you ain't got the clout, You gotta,
I don't. I gotta go through and be like, hey boyses, can you message this person for me? Because they won't respond to me.
You gotta go to dad,
Please.
You gotta drop some names,
Gotta go to the dad. Gotta go to ask your dad to reach out to uncle. You get Dono walled by your uncle normally, so you have to ask your dad to contact him.
You have to hit him with the, hey, this is Honey Bear bracket. I have a 9K Soju channel points bracket, then they're all yours.
They're all yours. This is Honey Bear. I know Lorence. Please respond.
See, what you need to do, Honey Bear, is put your name on a predictions tab and have there be 3 major, large groups, and then have only your own name, so it feels like it's the same thing as an entire group of people.
Yeah, what's up with that, huh? Why do you get the section?
You both were complaining to me at the same time.
But
sorry, I couldn't hear one.
Imagine doing that and coming in last. I just personally don't know how I could handle that.
Hey, so it's like the quarterback, you're if you succeed, you're going to be great. If you fail, you better be ready for that heat. And I knew what I was signing up for.
Even if you succeed, we're gonna give you heat. There's no winning here for you. You can't
if I win
here.
It's gonna be I'm so conceited. If I lose, it's you're an idiot and you're conceited.
That's right.
Wait.
Absolutely.
If we're talking about Dono Wally, Pie Hat's in chat. He Dono Walled me too.
Let's go. Good job, Pie Hat. Don't respond to him.
Yeah, don't let him, don't give him the satisfaction of knowing you heard.
Also, I think Honey Bear, you Dono Walled me too. I think both of you said you guys had some content for me on the website. And then, you guys said you're writing it, and then, 3 weeks later, it's just nothing.
When? I didn't Dono wall you. I don't have any message.
You Dono walled him so hard you forgot about it.
Dude, everyone's just Dono walling me. I'm the victim here.
No, you turned it around on us. This is the worst
I Dono wall absolutely nobody. It'll be $10. Anyways.
Okay, I think we're talking about, you said you had some content for the website about ACL, and you're in a call you said I'll get that to you by the end of today, and it's just I didn't get anything. But to be fair, I'm looking at our DMs, and I did Dono wall you the last I checked.
Dono wall.
That's right. Jeez.
So wait, if you were both Dono walling each other, is it just you message them, you never say anything back to that, and then you respond with a totally different thing, and then you get Dono walled back, and it's just your DMs, it's the most random conversation ever because none of it's linked at all. Basically.
As for Pie Hat and chat, I think we talk. It's not a big deal. I was just joking around, but I think we're talking about. We had a call. We're talking about. Let me refresh myself on my Dono wall.
I gotta address something in chat real fast. Pie Hat brings this up. Honey Bear Dono walls me and kicks me out of PvE lobbies.
Right?
I would like you to know that I was a part of that PvE lobby. But our friend, our man of the hour, CLE, was in that lobby, and he was the party leader, I believe. Or was it no? No. It was the Crazy Pete was in the lobby. I don't know if Crazy Pete's here.
That was so funny.
He was like, Crazy Pete had no idea who Pie Hat was. And as soon Pie Hat jumps in and we were ready to play, it was just about to click send. And he's like, wait, who the heck is Pie Hat? Kicks him instantly. We get a random person in, and then they just send it. And I'm like, we're on stage 3, and I'm like, wait, where's Pie Hat? Like, where'd Pie Hat go? We got kicked?
Because there are people you could kick, and it's like, that's probably not the person you should
You don't kick Pie Hat! Oh my gosh. He actually, I don't know if Crazy Pete ever talked to you after that Pie Hat. I don't know if Crazy Pete's ever talked to you, but he messaged me about it, and we talked about it, because he was like, I feel so bad that I didn't know who Pie Hat was. I'm like, I feel awful.
I feel awful
of course,
for you.
Being the good friend, I'm like, you should feel awful.
Yeah, you should.
You should. He's going to hate you. Pie Hat probably hates you now.
He knows your name. Even if you didn't know his, he now knows yours.
He knows yours, and he hates you.
I gotta before we move on here though, real quick, I gotta mention the one fun part is because we pulled the streams directly from like it's basically Honeybear watching the stream, and we put our overlay and then cast over it. Pie Hat had ads going, and so I had to go and sub to Pie Hat. You're welcome, Pie Hat. And so then we could watch his stream while we broadcasted it. So
pretty funny. I
would say get wrecked, Pie Hat, but you also just got a sub, so you did not get wrecked.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
it was funny because actually, my child was acting up, so I stood up, I looked at the scores, I'm like, okay, Pie Hat is not going out. I'm gonna switch to his POV. Clicked his POV and was just about to walk out. Commercial. I'm like, son of a gun! Like, you gotta be kidding me.
A baby.
Anywhom, we ready to dive into awards?
If we can.
Let's do it. Mocha, you probably don't have awards prepared. So we'll go first, and you can think about it for a second. So it's a high roll and low roll of the week. And it can be anything. It can be TFT related. It can be outside related, whatever you feel like. But high roll and low roll of the week. Lorence, do you have a high roll and or a low roll of the week?
Yes. So I'm actually glad how this ends up working out. So Nora in chat, we didn't get to talk about your escapade this week. In the AML section because we ran out of time. So now I'll use the time now. And it lets me have my awards. So Nora had something they really, really needed to attend this week and just basically couldn't pass it up. And I was like, man, that feels really bad if you can't find a sub. Last minute, like less than a day out, we finally get a response back from somebody that was on the wait list for AML. And so I go and they say, yes, I can play. And so we finally get this covered. And of course, Nora has no idea who this person is. And the person comes in and it's usually this scenario of like, please just like, don't bot 2 every game. That's all I ask. Just don't go 8th every game. Cause that's what I would have gotten from not being there. Right. If you just AFK, you get all your 8ths. Turns out they actually did really well. They got 10th that week with 22 points overall. So they kind of knocked it out of the park. So the long story short of it is Nora is the low roll, but the high roll is Hawkins, the player that covered for them.
That's big hype. I actually didn't know that, so that's really cool.
Yep. That was really convoluted, but
that they made it
usual.
So was that both your high roll and low roll?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Sorry. I just had realized I had spoken like 200 words for my high roll alone, so I tried to get it all in one. So high roll was Hawkins for getting to play from the waitlist because they weren't originally going to be able to play. Then low roll was Nora for not getting to play. That was what the two were.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go with my high roll, and then my low roll is a little bit of a rant. Small rant though. I'm keeping it short because I've done this rant before It just grinds my gears, and I have to say it. So my high roll was getting out of the house today. So my wife, child, and I got to go to church. That was awesome. We've been stuck in our basement forever, so that was really cool. That was a high roll for me, personally, and getting back AML, ACL, getting to produce those, watching those, and having some really, really hype moments throughout the weekend was awesome. Just a really refreshing weekend. Getting back. Low roll is during the monsters party. Go ahead.
I said you can do it.
I know, I was struggling. During the monster party, which is a riot event, if you will. Lots of riot employees were there. Teamfight Tactins, was running the entire thing, basically. So we had all worlds casters. We had the best casters in EU running this. Some of the best players in EU were competing in it. And Mort Dog was streaming during it to 5,000 plus people, running his own mini tournament during this big event. And I hate that. It grinds my gears so much. If you want this esport to survive, stop streaming during big events. Like, you took 5,000 people that could have been watching this event that is important for this esport to survive, and you just spit in its face and decided you're more important than it. Like, I get and I love that you spend so much time making the game better, but stop it. That's my low roll. I hate it. I can't emphasize enough how much it grinds my gears. How little people care about the esport as a whole.
I think one thing that's interesting maybe to point out with that is it also wasn't really advertised very much. If I wasn't somebody who was looking for these things to try and find when I can schedule my tournaments around it, I wouldn't have known anything about this. And I probably wouldn't have heard about it until I heard that Skip had won it. So that's probably when I would have heard about it. So I think that's another thing that we can really look out for, is trying to advertise these things when and where we can,
Yep. Yeah, because as much as I want people at our events, I want people to watch the Defender Cup. I want people, to be a part of Monster Party. I want people to watch the regional events. They need to succeed, and I want them to succeed so bad. But I don't want to succeed? Mort Dog's solo queue adventures, talking about some other tournament that he's running. I don't care. I would be fine if he stayed gold. It doesn't affect me at all. So
the salty bear comes out.
I'm so salty about it. Yeah, it doesn't affect the esport whatsoever, your rank, or the amount that you stream. So I know it's like his life and he can do whatever he wants, right? Because this is his time. It's his time. It really is. But you're the head guy. You can't do that. You cannot set that precedent of making it acceptable to destroy the professional ecosystem by pulling quadruple the viewership. So, Yep. You just can't do it.
Was that enough time for Mocha to think up his high roll and low roll?
I can keep going, Mocha. If you need more time.
We both went so long with ours. I think those were by far the longest awards we've both given, like each individually.
I appreciate the time then. But my low roll and high roll, have always been the same. I think low roll is that I have to play this TFT game for a living. The high roll is honestly the community. You guys are like Aegis out here. It's like you guys are always giving, and like I know being part of it. A lot of people are doing this as like a full-time thing without like getting like a lot of money in return or like anything. So it's good to know that it's like if I'm stuck to this, like there's a longevity in it, and there's like good people, helping out the community.
Mm-hmm.
A bit cheesy, but
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I do sometimes for my high roll. Is like I love I would do that. Like if I just ran out of something to say, I would just be like, "Fuck, screw it." My high roll of the week is
you guys,
you guys from the community. It's like So I mean, I do that all the time. I don't care that it's cheesy; it's true. So screw all y'all that don't think it's not good to put out, even though it's cheesy. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Trade is currently 31, 31st position with 24 points going into the final game.
Oh,
So
theoretically, we gotta head over to that soon.
Yeah, so theoretically, top 4 should put him in to next weekend. So make sure you guys show some support to Trade. Do we have anyone else from Aegis?
No, I think that was
not that I know of.
There are some people that are. I think there's one player that's on to the next day, or excuse me, day 3. Pitsy, I believe, is playing an ACL, and they are in day 3 already as a top player. So that for sure is already there. So congrats to them. Hopefully they're watching. It's big hype. But also just go and watch Trade if you need his link. We'll probably drop it over in the streams section, so you all can watch his last game and cheer him on.
For sure. Yeah, it's probably going on right now. I want to shout out to Pressevent as well. Played Pressevent 1 game and sent him 8th. So take that, Pressevent. You don't know who I am, you'll never know who I am, but I beat you.
Yeah, and he has 9K Soju subs.
Say what?
And you have 9K channel points in Soju's chat.
Big true. Probably 10K now.
Gamble them all away.
Questions and answers. Has anybody got anything? I don't know. I haven't been reading chat as much. But if you guys have any questions for me, Lorence, Mocha, before we step out, hit us up right now. We'll happily answer those. Going forward, Lorence.
Is it okay if I spoil anything right now?
Like what kind of spoil? Like are you spoiling the end of like Endgame? Or like
no.
Like what are we spoiling here?
Potentially spoiling the result that's coming out from Defender Cup for Trade.
Oh, you already know the result?
So I went to his stream and the game's about to end.
Oh, hype! Yes, I'm down with spoilers.
Close your eye. Yeah, where do babies come from, Cecily? No, we're not answering.
I'll answer that. No, I got you.
Spoilers, close your ears or leave the stream if you really, really don't want to hear this. It's looking very good for him to pass. He just got 3rd and had been in 31st place.
That's guaranteed.
Maybe a chance, but like I would guess that's enough.
3rd's pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
ridiculous,
pretty much
ridiculous thing that he wouldn't. It basically everyone.
But he would take a miracle for that to not be enough.
Yeah, the percentage has got to be so little that he doesn't pull through. Let's freaking go. We did put him above Cramsey in our votes, right?
Damn.
In our Aegis.
Like that, huh?
Right?
Most of us.
Shout out Keens and Cramsey. Day 1, they should have made it. There was 40 people worse than them. But yeah.
Rip.
Big feels. Basile's question, where do babies come from? When a mom loves a dad, they ask for a stork to bring them a melon, and that melon transforms into a baby.
Can we get a demonstration? I'm a visual learner.
We already got ours. Sadly. So you'll have to ask for your own.
Rats.
Yep. So it's a once every 9-month thing. So we're a few months out, from being able to have the stork come again. But yep, stork.
I mean, I have a question for CLE, but I might DM. I might DM him later, but I still don't know what he's asking me for that. I think I'd ask Lorence about this. He said something about a caster cheat sheet, and what's up with that? I don't know what you want help on.
Yes. CLE.
Yes.
Got it.
I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually.
I think that's it for us. We'll be back next weekend, Sunday, the exact same time, just right after ACL. We'll take a short break and then be back live. If you guys want to be a part of this podcast, DM us, let us know. We'd love to have people on. If it's just Lorence and I, we're always looking to bring people on, like Mocha, just to chat with. Or if you're just randomly in chat and you're like, hey, I want to come in, I want to talk about this. Sure, let us know. We'd happily pull you in, as long as it's a relevant thing to talk about. I guess. But and as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to DM us. We'd love to chat with you guys.
Do you guys mind, like if not, it's okay if I quickly plug some stuff?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's coming next. Yeah,
as long as it's
what
not like a
plug,
leak.
man?
While I have like TFT people in the chat, if anyone's like looking to coach, and also if anyone, we have a website that's growing. If anyone wants to get paid for writing about TFT, we're still pretty small, so we can't pay much, but like max is like 50 USD. It could be about anything, like write about anything, like as long as you're passionate about TFT and you want to help us on the website. It does also like if you're like a graphical designer, if any other skills like building websites, I know those are some actual skills that you need to get paid a lot for, but if you're just down with the vision, then please DM me, and that's about it.
You can post a link in chat.
I think the links are not working in chat, so even the one that I posted is not working. So I think links get immediately deleted, so we might need to change that setting.
Okay.
But yeah, it's around. We do have, if you need to see it, the link to that website is still in featured content up at the top. So both the Discord and the link to his tftguides.com, which is the website, is over there in our featured content in the Discord.
Yeah, and we are looking forward to doing a lot of stuff with Aegis soon. So like talking about the ACL and stuff.
Pago.
So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah.
Anything else you want to plug?
No, that's everything. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. Yeah, wait. Did you give Benjamin's permission on our channel?
Yes.
How dare you?
Oops. He just set up our entire. Benjamin set for context. Benjamin set up like our entire stream. Of course, I'm gonna give him access to this. What do you think he's gonna delete everything?
Trying to figure out how to make sure I can allow links. I saw that. How dare you? Anyways, Lorence, anything you want to shout out before we go?
Shout out to Trade. I think the game is already done, but go and check out his channel real quick. Trade TFT on Twitch. Go and cheer him on. Go say hello. Tell him that you are pretty sure that he's making it, just like I just did. So shout out to Trade.
Big shout out to Trade. You're not going to do your normal thanks everybody for doing this and your whole sappy.
I've never done that in my life. I don't know what you're talking about.
Appreciate you guys being here, etc. No?
I appreciate you all being here. It's been a long week.
Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Again, we will be back next Sunday with some more TFT podcast shenanigans. We'll be back live. Oh my gosh, Lorence is gone. See you, Lorence. So we'll be back live Thursday. Not Thursday. We're not live on Thursday. We'll be back on Thursday with the... It's tilting me that you're gone. The Challenger Mode tournament. And we'll see you guys back on Saturday for some more AML and Sunday for ACL. You guys, everybody have a great night. See you guys. Hope to talk to you soon. Peace out, everybody.